The God in your mind is what we're going to talk about today and try to overcome, start overcoming, or finish overcoming is really the best way to put it. Uh, the two biggest holdups, well, there's three holdups really when you start this is, or when you're going down it or you're about to finish it. I mean, it's prevalent throughout it. A physical, a physical reality. You have to destroy your belief that this is a physical reality. I feel like that's been done. So the God you have went along with or created in your mind is the other thing you have to overcome. And more than likely, this is the messed up part. More than likely, this God that you've built up in your mind, unless you've got God built up as love, is tyrannical in nature. And this, I'm telling you though, like you can see this within yourself. The two biggest traps that you will fall into doing this is, well, the God trap. The God trap's the trap, but you have a love and light trap, and you have a tyrannical father trap. You will be in these traps and not even realize it. You'll not think that you're in these, but you will be. That's how strong these traps are. So, but going back to this God you build up in your mind, more than likely it's tyrannical in nature, and it's not unconditional. Like you want, it's unconditional love, and you're not getting that if you legitimately believe that this God has put you here to judge you and test you and is going to send you to heaven or hell after this. That's not God. That's the idea of God we're trying to overthrow. So while I'm making the claim what God what God really is real, but the God that you believe in your mind is just an imaginary, it's imaginary shit you've made up and went along with, man. I'm telling you. So imagine it like this. Even though the God trap is the trap, and even though that you can maneuver this God and you can make this God more lovable, more caring in your mind, your first belief, initial belief on God was linked to a tyrannical version of God. Now you could have grew up in another culture, another religion. I mean, unless you're like grew up in a Buddhist household or like a Hindu household, you got some weird. And I'm even going to make the claim. I'm going to make the claim you've not been presented the right definition of God, even if you were brought up Buddhist or Hindu. No disrespect, no offense, but you have not got the whole picture. You've got a little dot of the picture. So, um, so yeah, overcome this God in your mind. Listen, there is no one above you. If I've made this claim for 3 years now, straight from the get go, there's no one above you. There's no authority above you. There's no God above you. And you can verify this. I mean, 100% totally verifiable. Everything I'm telling you is verifiable, or at the very least. So, if you want to go into this argument of a God that split itself, okay, we can do this. So, if you have a piece of chalk and you break that piece of chalk into 100 pieces, did it magically become a different piece of chalk, or is it the same piece of chalk? So, I'm just saying, overcome this. Overcome a separation of God. You have to overcome, if you have in your mind build up a separation of God, overcome it. If you have in your mind that God is like I just said earlier in this video, I don't want to keep repeating myself. I do not like to keep repeating myself because I do sound like a broken record. But through experience, I realize and understand you have to have a broken record to get stuff through. But it's just, I'm sick of being a broken fucking record, honestly. So, overcome this God in your mind. And then there will be no more doubt, really. Because the three things you will doubt going through this is yourself. You will think you're crazy and you can't trust yourself. You can't believe yourself. Expect it, right? And you can fix that. The other thing would be to put like your authority into a God that is not there, and then or the God you created in your mind, or the hold up that this is a physical or is not a physical reality. You can verify very quickly if you pay attention that this is not a physical reality. Nothing is done here the way you believe it is done here. Nothing. Well, no, that's not true. But the vast majority of it, and I'm talking the very, very, very vast majority of it, is not done the way you believe it's done. This reality is not. You can verify this. Pay attention. The God you have to work on, the building up trust and believing and trusting in yourself and loving yourself. I mean, these are things. The biggest things you have to really overcome. I mean, it's a lot to overcome. It's all mental bullshit. It's all mental bullshit. It's all mental barriers. Overcome that. Then overcome the physical reality. And then overcome the God in your mind. And enjoy life the way it really is. Because you've only experienced a very small portion of the full experience. It's what I'm trying to tell you. And so it's a game of form and the play of life. I am you talking to you. I love you. Wake up.